I lost myself, trying to become somebody you could love. Then I built me back and realized I was the one I'd been waiting for. I used to wake up and avoid my reflection, like the eyes in the mirror knew every confession. I learned how to smile when my heart wasn't stable. I learned how to disappear while I sat at the table.
Everybody ask me, are you doing okay? I mastered that answer, yeah, I'm fine every day. But nobody noticed the war underneath. I was losing my voice while I practiced my speech. I gave everybody pieces I needed to survive. Kept pouring out water from an empty inside.
I called it forgiveness when I swallowed the pain. Called it being strong when I stood in the rain.
I thought being needed meant I mattered somehow, so I kept saying yes when I wanted out. And every goodbye that I couldn't explain left another little crack underneath my name.
Then one night I looked at myself and said, girl, how much of you is already dead? And that question hurt worse than anything before, because I finally knew what I was fighting for. I wasn't trying to save my life, I was trying to remember it. I don't wanna be the woman who survives everybody else while secretly disappearing from herself. If I have to lose something,
let it be what wasn't true,
because I'm done abandoning
the girl who carried me through.
Built me back, brick by brick, from the pieces I lacked. I found my heart where I buried the pain, found my voice after years of the rain. I lost myself,
but I didn't stay gone.
I turned every wound
into something I could stand on.
If you see me shining, don't call it luck. I became the woman
I needed when nobody showed up. Yeah, I know that feeling when the room gets loud, but you're still alone when nobody's around. When you smile for the picture but hate what you see when everybody knows your name except the real you beneath. I spent years building walls and calling them peace, telling everybody I'm good just to get some relief, running from the person I knew I could be, cause becoming that man meant confronting me. I blame the past for the shape of my scars, blamed every broken promise for the cracks in my heart, blame people who left, blame the ones who stayed, but somewhere in the middle I forgot I had to say I wanted somebody to come save the day, wanted somebody to carry the weight away, but nobody could climb inside my head and pull out every thought that kept me awake in bed. So I stopped waiting, that's when it changed. I looked at my failures and stopped calling them chains. I looked at my losses and that's what they taught. Looked at every battle and counted the ones that I fought. Maybe I wasn't broken, maybe I was under construction, maybe every version of me was just another introduction. And maybe the person I hated at 20 was the reason the person I am now can finally say, you don't have to hate yourself to change. I lost myself, then build me back from every mistake
that I thought I couldn't unpack.
I found my heart where I buried the pain,
found strength in the places I called weakness for you.
I lost myself, but I didn't stay gone.
I turned every wound
into something I could stand on.
If you see me shining, don't call it luck. I became the person I needed when nobody. There were mornings I couldn't recognize my own dreams. They looked so far away underneath all those screams. I had plans in a drawer that I never took out, because fear learned my name and started living in my house. I let old conversations become permanent scars, let somebody else's opinion determine my worth. Let one person's leaving convince me I wasn't enough. Let a temporary goodbye feel permanent enough. But healing didn't come like a movie scene. There wasn't one morning where everything turned clean. It came in small choices nobody could see. Getting out of bed, choosing kindness for me. It came when I stopped checking who had walked away. Stopped measuring my worth by who decided to stay. Stopped asking the ceiling what I did wrong. Started asking myself where I've been all along. because I was broken, but because I finally understood how long I've been carrying myself without ever saying thank you for not giving up on me. So let the old photographs remember who I was. Let the skies tell stories I don't have to hide, because I am not my worst night, I am not my deepest fall, I am not the person who couldn't save herself at all. I lost myself and built me back, brick by brick, from the pieces I lacked. I found my heart where I buried the pain, found my voice after years of the rain. I lost myself, but I didn't stay gone. I turned every wound into something I could stand on. If you see me shining, don't call it luck. I became the woman I needed when nobody showed up.
Look, I used to think rebuilding meant forgetting the past, like healing meant pretending the pain never happened. But now I know better. You don't erase every scar, you just stop letting the scar tell you who you are. I don't regret every person who hurt me, I don't celebrate it either, but I learned from the damage and became my own healer. Some nights still hit me, some memories still burn, some lessons take years before the meaning gets learned. But I'm different now, I don't run when it hurts, I don't call myself worthless just because somebody left first. I don't need revenge, I don't need them to see, I don't need an apology to finally be free.
Because the biggest comeback wasn't proving them wrong, it was waking up one morning and realizing I didn't need them to be sorry anymore. Maybe you lost yourself too. Maybe you became everything everybody needed, and somewhere along the way you forgot what you needed. Maybe you kept forgiving people who never changed. Maybe you kept shrinking so somebody else could stay. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're scared, maybe you're wondering if there's anything left to rebuild. There is. I lost myself and built me back. I took every piece that the darkness attacked. I found my heart where I buried the pain. I found my voice and I called it by name. I lost myself, but I didn't stay gone. I turned every wound into something I stand on. You can call it survival, you can call it luck, but I know what happened. I finally stopped abandoning myself just to keep somebody else. I don't need to become who I was before. She's part of me, but she's not my destination anymore. I lost myself, I searched everywhere, in people, in memories, in apologies, in places that couldn't love me back. And then I came home to me.
They thought the story ended when you lost yourself.
We didn't know
Losing yourself was only the chapter.
building yourself back was the story.
If you're rebuilding too,
Don't forget to leave the door open for yourself.